Welcome everyone to Hoopsfest at the Bendat Basketball Centre in beautiful Perth, Western Australia. We have the final game of Hoopsfest for you. It's the UC Caps taking on Geelong United. I'm John Guarna tonight. As always this week, I've been with Jacinta Govan in the commentary booth. We have an exciting matchup between two really young teams, both looking for their first win of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. In a similar way, we were talking about Southside Flyers and the Adelaide Lightning in the previous game. Perhaps a more even matchup here between the UC Caps and Geelong United. Both teams, though, impressive displays of some of the young talent that our country has to offer. And I'm really looking forward to the Geelong team really taking it to these COE athletes. I think they'll have something to prove.
UC Caps are full of talent. You see the starting five on their lineup, headed up by head coach Mel Danner for their time in WA. Also, Basketball Without Borders, a couple players for the UC Caps doubling up out in Perth.
Yeah, in Jade Crook and Zara Russell. I had to connect the dots, seeing their names pop up in that NBA Basketball Without Borders camp actually in Perth. But yeah, then moonlighting as the UC Caps.
And the UC Caps were led the other night by one of the standout players at Hoopsfest, Monique Babongi, stepping in and stepping up. Bing bong!
Bing bong indeed. Wow, 38 huge points from the debutante. I was talking very briefly to UC Caps coach Paul Goris during the week, just complimenting her composure, and that's exactly why I think she's been picked as part of the Cap squad.
Geelong United, on the other hand, you see the starting five led by head coach Hannah Ronan Black. Really, really impressive debut, and the standout for us the other night was none other than Dakota Crichton.
Yeah, Crichton had a huge game the other night. She had 19 points, 9 rebounds, 50% from the field overall. Yeah, certainly a standout for Geelong United, as we have a couple of look at the highlights here. But also have to give a shout out to Abby Knights. She was the real anchor, getting all of her teammates well organized in that point guard position.
Yeah, Crichton was amazing in that game against Townsville, really keeping her team in that one. And they gave Townsville all they could handle. And Townsville Fire are the champions, the inaugural champions of this Hoopsfest competition. And Crichton, a big part of the success and the surprise a little bit for everyone, I think. You know, for us at least in the commentary, we weren't really sure what to expect from the Geelong United group. They really, really fought tooth and nail. I thought they executed really well. This is a really interesting matchup. The Caps played really well in moments as well. I'm really excited to see how this game plays out.
You can see Jada Clark as well there, having her debut season in the WNBL last year with the UC Caps in the background, supporting these emerging UC Caps. Hopefully she can instill a little bit of inspiration. I think this one is actually going to be really close tonight, John.
I expect a close game, and I'm really excited to see Babongi, what she can do backing up after that huge performance the other night in the Hoopsfest debut for the Caps. Again, though, this is a really, really young group. You see in the starting five for the UC Caps, the captain, Indy Bowyer, Monique Babongi, Amelia Dakic. You've got Sienna Lehman, as well as Sataya Fagan. Fagan, 16 years old. So you have in the starting lineup, you've got 3 17-year-olds, a 16-year-old, and a 20-year-old.
It looks like a last-minute switch. They've actually started Monique Williams instead of Lehman, I think. Yeah, that's okay. It was literally a very last-minute switch because it's different to what we received only a couple minutes ago. But Williams as well, a recent COE graduate. She's committed to Vanderbilt for, I think, the 2025 college season. And switching out Harvey, I think, started for the UC Caps in their first game on day one, and switching out now for Dakic.
Looking at Geelong United, their starting five, you've got Grace Spihar, the captain, Tennille Knight, Dakota Crichton, who we mentioned earlier, Allie Knights as well, had a really nice debut for Geelong United, and Poppy Stevens rounding out the starting five for Geelong United. Game number 2 in their existence. I know everyone down in Victoria, particularly down in Geelong, very, very excited to see this group perform in the WNBL.
And based off some other results involving Geelong across some other sporting codes, I think the area of Geelong might need a win tonight.
Well, let's see if the United team can pull off their first win of the Hoopsfest. competition. They take on the UC Caps, who are also looking for their first win. We've got Fagan and we've got Knight jumping ball. First possession to the Caps. We're underway in the final game of Hoopsfest. Bowyer spins, hangs, denied. Lost out of bounds though by Tennille Knight. Good defense there from Geelong.
Very well read there as well in that second line of defense, double teaming at the best time and without committing a foul.
Right there for the double team as well. Here's Fagan with it. Bowyer looking inside for Bongi. Double team. Dakic gets on the board to open up the scoring for the game and the Caps. Dakic really aggressive defensively. We saw that in game one.
God, she was just a little bit unlucky there. She had Abby Knights really well covered. Perhaps just pushing her out a little bit, out of court a little bit. Maybe just needs to anticipate. Ali Knights, apologies.
Knights was really good for United the other night, and I know they're super excited to have her back as part of this group. A nice set there to tie the score at 2, the captain, Tennille Knight. Williams, pass deflected out of bounds, going to stay with the Caps. You see right away United very aggressive with that double team in the post.
Yeah, and they're doing a good job just using their length, walling up, not committing any silly fouls.
Bowyer 3 rolls off the rim. Good rebound there by Dakic. Williams will step out, miss the jump shot. Nice. Well read by Bowyer. Playing a bit of point guard here for the Caps. Bongi off the ball, takes a couple of jabs. Will fire a 3, good block, but recovered and finished by Williams.
Yeah, seems like Geelong United have done a really good job of scouting Bongi ahead of this game.
Spiar putting the ball on the floor. A bit of strife, throws a wild pass, Fagan recovers. Kicks ahead, Dakic bounces it back for Fagan to lay it home. Caps look good in transition.
Yeah, they do. I like the versatility of their bigs as well, being able to put the ball on the floor in the full court.
Here's Crichton. 3 for Knight. Missed. Here's Bongi. Bowyer trying again from 3. This time hits. Quick 9-2 start for the Caps.
Good adjustment there from Bowyer as well, making sure she got the 3 on that second attempt.
Knights with her team trailing by 7, gets inside the paint. Ball movement here from United. Soft floater short for Stevens. Here's Bongi now. Pass stolen, but there's a foul on the attempt. Just so controlled, Monique Babongi.
Yeah, that's right.
Knows the pace that she wants to play at.
And just doing a great job of being able to seek contact as well without losing a handle.
Bowyer coming off the screen, a path right to the basket. She lays it home. Indy Bowyer's got 5. Geelong looking for the screen. They've gone to the bench. Machad out there. Passed by Knights is wild. Recovered. Here come the Caps. And Zara Russell. Gets back to Bowyer inside Williams. She's fouled. A good entry pass and a good take.
Yeah, that was a great transition look there. I mean, nothing on straight away. Caps were able to stretch the floor, making those entry passes into the post a lot easier.
Poppy Myers was called for that foul in her first action of the evening. A timeout taken by Geelong. They trail by 9. A very impressive start from the Caps. And Babongi's been pretty quiet. You can see, though, she's a focus of Geelong.
Yeah, absolutely. I think especially in the pick and roll, it looks like they're doing a hard show, or perhaps just the on-ball defender is getting over the screen to put on that extra pressure. Yeah, they've done an excellent job so far of even limiting her touches in the full court.
And I love that Caps are taking advantage of the attention that Babongi's drawing, and they've made a real focus of getting the ball inside. It feels like they've had a paint touch almost on every possession.
Yeah, I think you're right there, and it is really nice to see the likes of Williams and Fagan get a little bit more involved compared to the first game that we saw of the UC Caps. I mean, both tremendous athletes, got a lot of length. Yeah, would be great if they could contribute a little bit more consistently in this game.
What does Geelong have to do to get on track offensively? They've only got 2 points about 3.5 minutes into the game.
Well, yeah, to be fair to Geelong, they actually look really good in transition as well. I mean, they've also got a lot of great role players that can run the lanes, that they can finish under tough conditions. I think they needed to go back to focusing on those fundamentals of getting a good stop and running as a pack.
Williams at the free throw line, hits her first. Very, very young groups for both of these outfits. 2 free throws good for Monique Williams, pushing the lead out to 11 for Caps. A player that Geelong would love to get on track. Crichton throws up a wild one. Just feels like they're forcing the action at the moment, Geelong.
Yeah, and they're relying a little bit too much on dribble penetration and one-on-one opportunities rather than just getting a little bit more ball movement in the half court.
Dakic looking inside, it's not available, so Babongi goes away from the screen, keeps the dribble alive, reverse layup is good.
That is tough, especially over the long reach of Machot.
Yeah, Babongi, that could be her shot. We saw her hit a few of those the other night as well.
Yeah, we did.
Myers with it. Pass deflected and stolen. Bowyer comes down with it. Bowyer's been very aggressive offensively and defensively here early. Bongi turns it over. High pass from Machot. Nice cut to the basket for Allie Knights. Layup is missed. Covered, and the putback missed by Knight, and then she makes it worse by fouling.
Yeah, this is a lovely backdoor play from Allie Knights. I think she just needed to kind of back herself with that initial putback. When she hesitated, that gave the defense enough time to catch up and make that shot more difficult.
13-point lead here for Caps. They've been looking very good offensively and defensively. Made it very difficult for Geelong. Williams, very good position, missed the left-handed layup. Shot, lost it, deflected out of bounds. They're going to say it went off at Geelong.
Yeah, Caps are applying a lot of full court pressure here in defense. They're not giving anything away very easily for Geelong.
Here's Lehman, goes up with the left hand and finishes.
That is a tough play. Lovely curl cut off that baseline out of bounds play.
Caps have it going on here. They lead big. And there's a stop. I thought it was going to be a charge. They get the block. That goes against Lehman.
That is really unlucky. We can see on the replay, excellent anticipation there in that second line of defense. Body was there, maybe just a fraction too late.
Referees called it a block. Crichton missed his quick jump shot. Here's Lehman with it. Very active here. Nice look inside. Brooke missed the little bunny though.
Yeah, she just needs to get up and dunk that one. That was a really nice drop pass here, as we see on the replay. I like how aggressive Lehman has been so early. You know, she started on the bench this game, and it's great to see her attacking so early in the first quarter.
Look at the Caps, how active they are defensively. Denying all the first passes here and getting deflections I wish we could stat the deflections. It feels like they've got at least 5 or 6 already.
And it feels like they're playing with more than 5 players. Just the way they're able to cover the court so quickly, using their length, they're getting up and in. Geelong, their half-court offense is completely disrupted at the moment.
15-point lead for the Cavs, about 4:15 to go in the first. Brooke has it on the block, out to Russell. Her three is good. It's an 18-point lead now for the Caps.
Wow, this is huge. Something needs to change here for Geelong. Someone's going to have to start to step up soon and break this scoring drought.
Turnover for Geelong. Trot lost it. Here come the Caps. A bit of strife. It ends up with Lehman. Deep three for Bowyer, well short. Geelong has it through Spiar. Stevens now. Step through layup, no good. Gets her own miss. Gives it back to Crichton. Three off the side of the rim for Poppy Stevens. Another offensive rebound for Geelong. Shot though, lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, love the hustle there from Geelong, trying to get some of those second chance points opportunities. All very good looks in that offensive set too. I think just on that second offensive rebound, it would have been a good idea to pull it out and just start again with the reset shot clock.
Russell kicks it. Harvey, little teardrop is short. Here comes Poppy Stevens. Lost it out of bounds. That's turnover number 9 in the quarter for Geelong.
Oh yeah, that definitely hurts. I think at the moment with Ali Knights on the bench, they're just missing some leadership, and we definitely saw that in game 1 for Geelong United.
Nice ball movement from the Caps. Shuffling of the feet there from Sienna Lehman, turns it over.
And it looks like Geelong were perhaps playing in a bit of a zone on that defensive possession. I like the idea there from Lehman with that baseline penetration, but it would be good if she just can keep her dribble alive until she knows she's got a secure pass out.
Second turnover, Caps. There's a basket for Crichton. Geelong's got 4 points. They trail by 16. Caps, I thought they turned it over, but it went off of Geelong. Going to stay with the UC Caps. On the screen there, you see Sienna Harvey playing with some great activity. Brooke gets it back to Lehman. Now Babongi, deep three, rattles in.
Takes her opportunity when she can. She hasn't had a lot of touches or scoring opportunities so far in this game, but give her a fraction and she's hitting those threes.
Babongi now has 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists.
Wow, and we've still got just under 2 minutes to play in the first. Surely she's I don't want to call it too early for a double-double.
Here is Babongi. Nice pass. Good hustle there by Knights, deflecting it out of bounds.
Good communication in D-trans there from Knights.
Babongi kicks it. Corner three is in. Big basket there for Lehman. A 22-point lead for the Caps. Look at the aggressive trap and recovery from the Capitals. Get the stop. Harvey in transition. Beautiful in and out dribble and then lays it home.
Yeah, that is some textbook Sienna Harvey moves in transition.
Deflection out of bounds. I love this from the Caps. Just continuing to put the pressure on the Geelong United group.
And they're not letting up at all in this first quarter. Nothing coming easy for Geelong. Probably now panicking a little bit, rushing a little bit in the half court. They just need to get through one really good set and let the ball do the work.
Knights. Hands off for McCumber. Turns the corner, picks up her dribble, bounce pass, covered by Knights. Reverse layup is good.
Yeah, lovely backdoor cut there. Lucky they were able to connect on that occasion.
Here's Crook. Good steal there from Stevens. Nice kick ahead to Crichton. Goes up with the right hand and lays it in.
And Crichton again doing a great job in transition. That was what got her that really great start in the previous game for Geelong United.
Bongi, wing three, short. Russell to save it. Well done for Russell. Here's Crook. Getting it back inside. Left hand layup falls for Lehman.
7 points now in the first quarter there for Lehman. Coming off the bench strong.
22-point lead. And then Stevens lost it out of bounds. Got 1.9 seconds on the game clock. Can the Caps get a shot off?
I'm going to say it's going to be a half-court Hail Mary by Babongi.
Well, there it is. Babongi will throw it up from three-quarter court. It was just a bit off, but that's going to do it for the first quarter. It's all UC Caps. They are up by 22 points. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the second quarter of action for you at Hoopsfest out in Perth, Western Australia. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back to Bendat Basketball Centre in Perth, Western Australia. It's the Hoopsfest matchup between the UC Capitals and the Geelong United team, and it was all Caps in that first quarter, Jacinta.
It certainly was. They've been dominating both ends of the floor. I think a lot of it coming from a very strong defense, not allowing Geelong really any touches, able to get into any sets or any kind of organization. Lots of steals and deflective passes, and again, some sound shooting as well from the Caps, shooting at 54.5% overall. Like what we really like to see as well, Babongi having that huge 38-point game in their opening match here at Hoopsfest. Her touches have been limited, but the rest of the team has been able to step up.
Yeah, Babongi has 5. Pretty much everyone outside of Jade Crook, and not pretty much everyone outside of Jade Crook, has scored for the Caps. It was a great first quarter, and defensively, they were really impressive. Very physical, very up and in, playing denied basketball full court. You got to think the defense had a lot to do with that. Only 8 points for Geelong in that quarter.
Yeah, that's correct. And the Caps have already tallied up 7 steals for the quarter and have forced Geelong into 11 turnovers as well in the quarter. And that stings a lot, John.
Caps doing a really good job forcing the turnovers. They scored 12 points off of those 11 turnovers for Geelong. And defensively, you got to think if you're a young, deep team like this Caps group, you're going to just continue to pressure the basketball in the second quarter.
Pretty much. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Well, the second quarter is getting underway. It's going to be Geelong ball to start, and they've got a bit of work to do. They've dug themselves a pretty deep hole after the first quarter. Brighton has possession. Guarded by Fagan, looking inside. Not what you want to see from Geelong. They start the quarter with another turnover.
However, I really did like, though, that they came out in a set really early. It looks like they had a bit more composure. They were very rushed and very panicked in that first quarter. It's just a shame the pass wasn't executed well.
Here's Babongi getting the screen from Crook. Elbow, jump shot short. Crook lost the offensive rebound. Brighton lost it out of bounds.
Yeah, she's trying to do her best to hold on to it.
So Fagan going to inbound to Crook. Fagan from the wing will fire off the back of the rim. Babongi gets the loose ball. Here come the Caps. Nice pass. Dakic has to make something happen. Throws up a wild one with the shot clock expiring.
Really good defensive possession there from Geelong. It looks like they're playing some kind of zone that has kind of had the UC Caps. You know, they're still getting 2 feet in the paint, but they're met with a lot more defenders and not a lot of receivers in the right spots.
Nice catch on the baseline. And a foul called. Miley Dawkins making something happen from nothing.
Yeah, look, I'll be honest, I was a bit concerned with how narrow of that pass was for Geelong. Ideally, you still want your lane runners to be running right on the sideline and getting a deep catch in the corner. So I'm glad that Dawkins was still able to get a shot off nonetheless.
Hits the first free throw. Miley Dawkins had a couple of points, 4 rebounds, and an assist in that loss to Townsville the other night. She hits both the free throws. Geelong trails by 18. Crook inside, great look for Fagan.
Yeah, really lovely look again, using Crook in that high post.
That's that big-to-big action you like to see,
I
Jacinta.
really do like it. We've seen a lot of it at Hoopsfest across a few different teams. Hopefully that's going to be more prominent in the next WNBL regular season.
Bowyer comes up with another steal for the Capitals. She gets it back, drives baseline, trying to squeeze a pass in. It's stolen by Machot. And a jump ball possession arrow favors Caps. Good defense there, but Machot just spun right into the hands of Crook to get tied up. Crook from the elbow. She's on the score sheet. Every player from the Caps now has a couple of points to their name.
Good catch and shoot within her range. I'm glad she's shooting with confidence. There were lots of times in the first game where Crook probably could have fired a couple more of them. But yeah, that's something that I'd like to see more consistent in her skill set.
Crichton traveled. She gets subbed out. She's not happy at the moment.
No, understandably.
Frustrated, right?
Frustrated,
yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that's understandable to be a bit frustrated and upset at the moment, having, down by 22 and things aren't really going your way at the moment, unfortunately.
Great look inside to Crook. She's got 4 straight for the Caps. A good finish with the left hand, and here's that trap from the Caps. Foul on the floor. Good drive here from Dawkins.
Yeah, again, just needing to tweak those floor spots a little bit. That was a really nice drive from Geelong to find Dawkins on the wing, but just kind of coming to a 2-foot stop, making sure you've got plenty of options to play off 2 feet. Dawkins maybe just needing to come down in that corner just to make that pass a bit easier.
Missed that first free throw attempt. Second one good, though, for Miley Dawkins. Caps right away get the ball up court. Good deflection from Knight. And here comes Allie Knights. Nearly turned it over.
Yeah, I think Babongi just managed to pick her pocket a little bit there.
Babongi definitely got a deflection on the loose handle. And then ties up Knights. Poppy Myers back out there for Geelong. She had a great game the other night as well.
Yeah, she certainly did.
9 points, 4 rebounds in the game against Townsville. As Knight spins and gets fouled, she'll get to the free throw line for a couple. Not sure who they're going to give that one to. Looks like it might have gone against Fagan. As Tennille Knight hits that first one. Tennille, the captain for Geelong United.
See, at least now that Geelong are able to get some dribble penetration a bit more successfully, if they're not going to be making their shots, it's good to see they're getting to the free throw line at least.
Skip pass for Fagan. She puts it on the floor. Short jumper hits the front of the rim.
Again, just needs to really get her legs under it a little bit more, especially when you're a tall player.
Quick catch and shoot for Tennille Knight. Missed. Gets her own miss though. Spins and banks it home.
Yeah, really good hustle there from Knight. I think a lot of the hustle plays and second chance opportunities are working in Geelong's favour.
Bowyer lost the ball. Goes out of bounds though off of Geelong. Going to stay with Caps. Quick touch pass. Fagan to Harvey, who missed the three. Ball deflected out of bounds. Want to quickly remind everyone that memberships for the UC Capital season are now on sale. Returning to their spiritual home at the AIS Arena, the UC Caps are hoping to fill the Palace for every home game starting on Friday, November 8th. From the best seats in the house with the Platinum membership to being a fan from afar with the supporter pack, the Caps have something for everyone. Search UC Capital's memberships for more. The Caps gonna take a timeout as Geelong has opened things up a little bit here. They trail now by 19, but a bit of momentum in United's way.
Yeah, certainly. I think that it's still, I'm gonna say it looks like a zone, but I'm pretty confident they're still playing a zone on the defensive end. That has certainly started to slow down the UC Caps a little bit, and then Geelong able to generate a few more stops. They've just got to get better organised, though, when it comes to the offensive end. We haven't seen Geelong get out in transition like we did in the first game. Just going back to the real simple things like running the lanes wide, getting into good floor spots, playing off 2 feet. Those things are, you know, coaches harp on them a lot, but it's for a reason because all those fundamentals make everything else work a lot better.
And for Caps, obviously calling the timeout, what do you think Coach Downer's chatting about in this break?
I think probably trying to implement something a bit different to hopefully get them a few easier shot selections coming up against this zone. Defensively, I think the Caps still look really good. I think what they need to probably focus on is just staying disciplined. It's probably tempted a lot of times to get deflections and steals and things like that, but just playing with discipline to make sure that they don't get themselves into foul trouble.
19-point lead for the Caps. And I agree with you. I think offensively they've looked a little bit rushed comparatively to where they were at in the first quarter to what they've done so far in these first 4 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of little tweaks, small tweaks that both teams can make that can make a big difference.
Geelong coming out with a bit of full court pressure. Caps break it. Williams kicks it to the corner. Bobongi for 3. Just short. Trot in a bit of trouble. Gets it over to McCumber. Myers gets into the paint, goes to the bank, it's off. Covered there by McCumber. Good drive. Consistent play from Tennille Knight continues. Another O-board and another putback.
That's right. The upside of missing your first layup is getting your stats up on the rebound as well.
Fagan takes it. Harvey wide open for 3. It's long. Bowyer has it. Looking inside for Williams. Goes to the fadeaway. Chart swings it for Knight. Excuse me, that was Poppy Stevens. There's Myers. Now McCumber in a bit of trouble. Spins away from the trouble. Blocked by Fagan.
Wow, really good recovery there for Fagan after Boya cheated on the defending the ball a little bit earlier there.
Williams takes the dribble, hands off for Harvey. Powers her way inside and is fouled.
Yeah, that looked like a lot better set there from the UC Caps. Nice handoff there from Williams. Also trying to set a bit of a screen there after the handoff. I like seeing Harvey when she gets this kind of aggressive, because she's equally as good as finishing as she is distributing.
First free throw is good for Sienna Harvey, the 18-year-old who suited up for the COE in NBL 1 East. 15.3 points per game, just a shade under 4 assists and 6.5 rebounds. Not a bad effort for a 18-year-old in the NBL 1.
No, not at all. Playing like a true leader in that squad as well.
Fagan, really good finish on the pick and roll. Cumber breaks the pressure. Myers now. Poppy Stevens getting around 2 defenders, kicks it. Knight traveled, foot slipped.
Oh, yeah. Lucky she only got away with the travel. We've seen too many unnecessary injuries on slippages and things like that over the, however, thousands of hours we've watched basketball, John.
A few thousand, I would say.
Yeah.
It's got to be at least, right? This is game number 6 for us in the last 3 nights. This Hoopsfest competition has been really awesome, as you see Harvey just battle her way to the basket. What are your thoughts of the way that it's been over the last 3 days, Jacinta?
I like these preseason tournaments because while not all of the teams have brought their entire rosters, it still gives us a taste of what to expect from the clubs, you know, and from the coaches. What systems are they going to be running? What are their non-negotiables? What's going to be their brand for the season? I think that's exciting. And teams like the Southside Flyers, Adelaide Lightning, Townsville Fire, they have certainly kind of cemented their brand, I think, at Hoopsfest, despite not having all of their studs. So that's the thing that's mostly exciting, but also getting to see all this up-and-coming talent.
Who are some of the young players and that up-and-coming talent that you've seen over the course of the last 3 days that really have you excited or even more excited for the women's game?
Well, certainly Monique Babongi. Already saw her talents a lot in NBL 1 East, and even when she's represented Australia at the under-17 and under-18 tournaments that were held this year. So she's just gone on to prove, you know, how bright her future is. But especially in this Geelong team, like we said in the first game, we haven't encountered any of these players, you and I, before. We tried to do as much deep diving as we could and came up with nothing. But now their games are getting to speak for themselves. So Crichton has really stood out. I can see someone like Machot being a really great player to try and develop too. But even Poppy Myers, Poppy Stevens. Yeah, I think there's a lot of great names from that we'll probably and hopefully see in development player spots for Geelong in the next couple of years.
Caps are up by 23 points here, and they are just being super efficient. That timeout has really worked wonders for the Caps. They seem much more organized and patient offensively coming outside of that timeout.
Yeah, certainly. I think that's a big lesson, an important lesson to learn for talented athletes of this age. You know, sometimes you reach a point in your career, if you're always playing at elite levels, you get conditioned to always run fast or play fast and play high intensity. Now we're getting older and playing at higher levels. We've got to start understanding how to play with patience, how to play up tempo but not rush, and how to control the tempo of the game. So this is a great opportunity at Hoopsfest for these young players to learn that.
I've been impressed with Caps, particularly here tonight, but just the we know how young they are, but they don't. Well, I should say they don't, because there are moments where you realize how young they are. But generally speaking, across the board, they really do seem to play above their years.
Yeah, and I've actually been really impressed with a lot of the young talent coming up from different states, the COE program and alike, of their high IQ. There was a period of time, like when I was, coaching within the last decade, where a lot of players I was coaching weren't taught that IQ of read and react and had to rely so much on sets that they lost, what was a two-man game, what happens in a pick and roll when they show, when they switch. But it's really, really encouraging to see all of that natural read and react coming back through our local talent.
I think Dakota Crichton picked up another foul. She's frustrated. Poor Crichton is you can't fault her. She plays with just 110% at every moment of every game.
Yeah, she's really trying her absolute best to try and turn her team around a little bit, and perhaps even just to try and settle her own mental focus on this game. But sometimes you try and keep, pushing and pushing, when what actually you need to do is just take a step back and a bit of a deep breath and relax into it again.
Well, here's United now. About 2 minutes to go in this game. And there's a nice little set. They spread the floor. They put it in the hands of Crichton. She finds Foster rolling to the rim. Foster will get to the line for a couple shots.
Yeah, see, just turning the tempo down a little bit, having a little bit more composure, and all of those decisions come a lot easier.
Just looking at the stats here, and Cap's doing a pretty good job, super efficient, 48% from the field. They've got 20 points off the bench as well, and that's that depth, and you know that they're going to go pretty deep into the bench, the Caps, because they have just a great amount of talent across the board.
Yeah, and they've got, like we mentioned earlier, 2 players at the Basketball Without Borders camp moonlighting as Caps. That's a heavy workload for some of our youngsters. And the Caps have also got 22 of their 43 points in the paint. So I wonder if Geelong will be talking a little bit more about that come halftime.
Ends up with Russell. She'll get to the free throw line for a couple shots that she's fouled on the putback attempt. Big few days out in WA for Hoopsfest. What a great weekend of basketball. Kicked off on Thursday night, rolls through to Saturday night. And it's been about, obviously built around basketball, but just a great spot to have the WNBL, the NBL, some junior basketball as well.
They really covered nearly every aspect of Australian basketball.
What do you think they were missing, Jacinta? What do you mean nearly? What could be possibly want more?
Well, yeah, because I'm trying to think if they missed anything. Because
I don't think so.
I don't think they did either. Because like you said, NBL, WNBL, under 18 junior national champs.
Basketball Without Borders.
Basketball Without Borders, so we even had an international flavour. And then they also had Aussie Hoops camps where some of the WNBL teams had some learn-to-play athletes. So that's really top to bottom of Australian basketball.
It's been a great few days of basketball out in Perth, Western Australia. I saw on social media yesterday they were talking about looking to extend Hoopsfest another, for next year as well. What do you think? Is that something, is Perth the capital, the hoops capital of Australia now?
Well, we did perhaps indicate this when we first started commentating on day one of Hoopsfest, and you've got to be careful what you say. There's a lot of passionate basketball fans out there who want to claim the capital. But look, they had huge numbers to the NBL 1 West grand finals. Like, that would rival NBL and WNBL grand final crowd numbers. We've got Perth Wildcats have a big following. Understandably, how many championships have they got? Perth Lynx as well have been super competitive. I think from what I hear from some of the locals there, basketball is certainly on the map. It's not competing with a whole bunch of other sports. So very slowly, very soon. And look, if Perth want to invest in it and be Hoops capital, I say go for it.
Well, the article I was referring to also mentions that potentially looking at a second Perth NBL team as well, which would be very, very interesting.
Yeah, I've heard some talk of this for a little while. I wasn't sure if it was just rumours created by Perth fans or just the rumour mill online, which, you know, it's not always reliable.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not. I think it could really work. I mean, it could be, is it our answer to LA? The Clippers and the Lakers would be the Wildcats and the, I don't know, what would be the comparative team to the Wildcats?
I don't know. We'll have to, we'll worry about that as we get closer to it. But, you know, we have a new team here in the WNBL, Geelong United. Be very, very interesting to have them there in Geelong, another area where basketball has been massive for a very long time. So for them to have a professional team in the WNBL competition has to be a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely, especially while we see a huge rise in women's sport and women's participation, and also some government policy now trying to make the governing bodies of sport focusing on gender equality. It's a really great time for Geelong to have a team.
Really nice finish there from Poppy Myers. That was a tough one over the hands of Indy Bowyer. Geelong trying to ramp up the defensive pressure, and you see a foul called there on Kiara Foster. Just a little aggressive, trying to deny Harvey the dribble penetration into the paint.
Yeah, I would say outside of being over the foul count, not always a bad foul. Stopping someone going downhill and an easy scoring opportunity, make them earn it from the half court, but 2 easy free throws though.
Well, Harvey missed that first one short. Missed the second one long, but tipped out and recovered by Caps. Harvey kicks it for Russell, 3, rolls off the rim. Where did Harvey come from to get that loose ball?
She's giving up the assist, and then she's all of a sudden on the loose ball.
It's all about the effort. Bowyer catch and shoot. Rebound to Dawkins. Throws it away.
Yeah, the turnover woes continue for Geelong. They put in all the hard work there to try to get that stop, and yeah, they just let themselves down.
There's about a 3-second difference between the game and the shot clock. Cap's going to work some clock here, trying to get it down as low as they can. Ball's deflected out of bounds from Stevens. Going to stay with Caps. 8 on the shot clock now. Harvey crosses over. Nearly stolen. It was stolen, but right back to Indy Bowyer. Kicks ahead. Will they get a shot off? They will. It's no good, and that is going to do it for the first half here at Hoopsfest. It was all UC Caps. They'll go into the big break up by 24 over Geelong United. We're going to It is halftime. It is the Caps up 24 on Geelong. We're going to take another break, and we will come back with the second half of action for you live at Bendat Basketball Centre in Perth, Western Australia. Welcome back to Hoopsfest in Perth, Western Australia. We're at the Bendat Basketball Centre. It's halftime between the University of Canberra Capitals and Geelong United. The Caps up by 24 points. I'm John Guarna, my co-commentator Jacinta Govin, Jacinta, we were talking at the break. Geelong has a bit of work to do here, but there is so much basketball to be played. Anything could happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Hopefully that first half hasn't gotten Geelong down and out because, like you said, it's still not over yet. A half of basketball, a lot can change, and Geelong can, improve in lots of different areas and might be a good opportunity for them to try something different.
I really love the way the Caps played in that first half. You see on the screen a future superstar of basketball, Monique Babongi. A quiet first half by her standards, but still nearly at a triple-double with 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. Pretty impressive for a quiet half.
Yeah, I know, just going about her business, just letting the game come to her, not getting frustrated that she wasn't getting the same scoring opportunities in day one, but contributing in other ways.
I think Indy Bowyer's been pretty impressive as well, as we see Babongi on the baseline hit the jump shot. What a start, and a dime from Bowyer.
Yeah, just as we were saying, Babongi was a little bit on the quiet side. She scores the opening basket for the second half.
Geelong, with those turnovers, 20 and a half, they really have to take care of the ball. How about Dakota Crichton, though, hitting from deep to start for United?
Yeah, looking a little bit more composed. Saw her getting a bit frustrated, understandably, in the first half, so hopefully she's able to shake that off.
Fagan with the reverse, not even using the glass.
No, I don't think she was expecting that outcome.
Poppy Myers out there for United, along with Poppy Stevens. Bihar deflected away. Puts it on the floor, blocked again by Fagan. That's block number 3. Just a great recovery from Fagan, using her length and speed to recover. Inbounds to Machot. He spins and puts one in. Send things up for Caps. Quick catch and shoot 3. Bowyer touches the bottom of the net. Bowyer really can shoot the ball when she gets hot. It is a thing of beauty to watch her shoot the basketball.
Oh yeah, always carry a hand. Oh, look at that. Fagan with her 4th block now.
Crichton gets called for the block after the big block from Fagan. And again, what I love to see from Fagan, she's taking that initial bump and still able to hold her spot to recover with the block.
Yeah, absolutely. And making sure she doesn't commit probably a silly foul.
Caps up by 26. Here is Babongi. No look to Lehman. Missed the 3. Poppy Stevens bringing the ball up court for Geelong. Gets the screen. Swings it. Crichton flips it up and in. That's better ball movement and action off the ball.
Heaps better, and a real credit there to Poppy Stevens to controlling the tempo there. Sometimes Geelong have gotten a little bit lost when Ali Knights hasn't been on the court to be their anchor. So, yeah, showing great signs of maturity, a nice adjustment from Stevens.
Cap stepped out of bounds. That's a turnover for them. Can't fault the hustle, though, of Sienna Lehman.
Yeah, and, even if you know it's out of bounds, you just got to keep carrying on and playing.
Poppy Stevens for 3. It's short. Nice look inside Fagan to Bowyer. Now Lehman kick it. Babongi from the corner. It's long.
Lovely ball movement, though, from the UC Caps. Using both sides of the floor there, shifting the defense very well.
Nice crossover from Stevens. She draws the foul.
That's tough. Tough play from Stevens.
I like what I see from Poppy Stevens here tonight. She has been just aggressive offensively, but really physical defensively. And you can see she's trying to do everything she can to make something happen.
Yeah, just get something going. I think it would be great in the future if she can continue to work, dribble penetrate as she has been so good in this game. But then what comes after that next, if you don't have a shot on an immediate receiver, being able to play off 2 feet, keeping your dribble alive and being creative until something beneficial comes up.
Turnover from Lehman. Neil Knight coming up with the steal. And a reach-in foul called on Sienna Lehman.
And this is where the UC Caps need to exercise that discipline a bit. I think they're all getting a little bit too tempted with trying to get steals and deflections. I mean, they're up by a comfortable 22 points. They've just got to play smart.
Geelong has looked better here to start the second half. Certainly taking care of the ball much better. As I say that, Poppy Myers turns it over.
Yes. I think she just got a little bit stuck, had the right intention of trying to be a threat. But again, in those opportunities, if nothing's on, just keep your dribble alive and bring it back out. Let the ball do the work. Get some ball rotation going.
Williams back out there for Caps. As is Dakic. Fagan for 3, short. Dakic comes up with the loose ball. Longy gets around 2 defenders. Turns around, flips it up and in.
And just as I was saying, that's something that I think a lot of the younger Geelong players can add to their repertoire. See where Babongi came to that 2-foot stride stop and still had her options open up despite giving up a dribble.
Fagan with the rebound. Here come the Caps. Drew Bowyer driving baseline. Finds Babongi, wing 3. Long, Fagan offensive rebound, puts it up, in, plus the foul.
Just the length and athleticism
Sataya
of
Fagan.
Whew.
Yeah, she really, you see the effort levels from Fagan and the production obviously different from the first game that we see her. She's really made an impact on both sides of the court for Caps in this one.
Yeah, she's contributed a lot more. She's just, in a way that not so much statistically, she's just involving herself a lot more in the action. So she now has 10 points and 4 rebounds and 4 blocks, as you mentioned before, and she's 5 from 8 from the field.
And 2 of the rebounds are offensive. We saw one of them there, and she's got all the tools you could ask for in a basketball player. We've seen her grab a defensive rebound and push the ball up court. She's got pretty good handles for a big. Jump shot doesn't look too bad either. It's a pretty good stroke.
Yeah, I would say so. There's lots to work with. Obviously, everyone can improve their shot. I think she just can't rest on her laurels of being tall and long and athletic. When you get further away from the basket, you still need to get lower in a stance. You still need to use your legs to elevate those shots. A lot of her shots this tournament have been falling short. You can't just rest on your laurels of being tall that your shot's going to make it. In the same way, when she starts to get challenged and come up against athletes of a similar skill set and physicality, she's going to have to do the same thing when it comes to defending on the perimeter.
She's got really good footwork, though, and I think the quickness for me from Fagan has been really, really impressive. We've seen a handful of times where she's been switched out onto a guard and able to move her feet to stay in front.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Williams has it stolen by Crichton. There's Knight now. Over to Machot. Machot has been quiet tonight for Geelong. She was really impressive the other night.
Yeah, she was. She was getting into some lovely receiver spots on the offensive end, but also putting a little bit more pressure on the rim, rebounding at both ends. Be good if she could get a bit more involved in this game in that way.
Crichton missed the 3. Fagan another rebound. Here she goes, but it's stolen by Machot. Good position and a good contest there from Babongi. Caps going to slow it down a little bit, leading by 26. Nice look inside. A great set there for Fagan to lay it in with the left hand. Fagan leads all scorers with 12 points now. Knights will fire a three. It's an air ball. Bongi given lots of room. Skips it. Dakic, nice drive on the baseline and lays it up and in.
Yeah, see, that's just as easy as offense needs to be. Look for the post catch on the strong side. Not there. Skip it. Baseline penetration. Great decisions from the Caps.
So Bongi, that was her 8th assist. She's definitely on triple-double watch. She's got 9 points, 8 rebounds. Excuse me, 8 assists and 5 rebounds. Well, 6 now.
6 now, yeah, and almost another assist. Didn't get the assist, we got another rebound instead.
Here is Babongi picking up the dribble. Fagan bounces it back. That's a shot clock violation.
Geelong United. Recovery for the game.
LA Knights calling out the play for Geelong United. Right now to McCumber, who pump fakes, gets her feet in the paint, throws up a hook shot, Brighton offensive rebound and puts it back in.
Hopefully she's just, you know, looks like she's chilled out a little bit in the halftime, just been a little bit kinder to herself and relaxed into this second half a lot better.
Bongi drives and kicks. Dakic three. Goes around and off the rim. She recovers a loose ball, then turns it over. Good steal from Knight. Dakic sneaks in from behind to come up with the steal. That'll be her easiest 2 points of the tournament.
That's right. She's a tenacious defender. You know, you've got to know where she is at all times at both end of courts, but particularly on the defensive end because, yeah, she'll come and snatch it from behind.
Right. Made that one a little tougher for herself than she needed to. Here come the Caps. Bowyer.
Good hustle there from Knights.
Allie Knights hands off the pass to the captain, to Neil Knight.
Knights to Knight in transition.
Yeah, Caps just getting on the last few possessions, probably just playing a little too fast for themselves. Fagan long two, another assist for Babongi again. Babongi now, 9 points, eight assists, 7 rebounds.
Oof, that's a hell of a stat line.
Their team's up 30. Cumber chases down a loose ball. Knights hands off for Crichton to get inside. Really good take there from Dakota Crichton.
Heaps better offense again there. Just making sure they're getting the ball through hands, executing some handoffs instead of relying on dribble penetration. So Geelong, massive improvement in this quarter compared to the first half.
Babongi from the corner. No hesitation on that one.
Nope.
She's got 12 points now. Cumber takes a bit, finds Knights. Shot, double team, flips one up and gets it to drop.
Very friendly roll there for Machot over some pretty good defense from the Caps.
Williams with the left hand, it's strong. Fagan comes up with the steal. Now Bowyer catch and shoot three. It's long. Activity from the Caps is just relentless. Good ball movement. Knights from the top of the key. Her three hits the front of the rim. Bowyer gets called for the push-off.
Gosh, there just needed to be some reprieve after those very fast-paced possessions from both teams, back and forth. Look, it was getting a little bit chaotic from both teams. There was not a lot of control, a lot of disorganization. So I think safe to call a foul there just so we can take a breath before three-quarter time.
Geelong will hold for the final shot of the third quarter. Good finish inside from McCumber. That will do it for the third quarter. We've got 10 minutes to go in the Hoopsfest tournament. The Caps up by 27. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with the final quarter of action for you shortly. Back with you at Hoopsfest, live from Perth, Western Australia. We're at the Bendat Basketball Centre. We have 10 minutes to go in the inaugural Hoopsfest tournament, and in the game, it's the UC Caps up by 27, 67-40 over the debuting Geelong United. United had a better quarter, but the Caps still hold a commanding lead. I'm John Guarno. I'm on the commentary with my co-commentator, Jacinta Govin. Jacinta, moments for both teams in that third quarter.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, going into halftime, we were talking about Geelong United's troubles with ball security, committing 20 turnovers in that first half. In that quarter, only committing 3. So that's a huge improvement for Geelong United and this very young side. Probably a steep learning lesson about ball security. They started to connect the dots a lot more on the offensive end too, but it's still just going all Caps' way. You know, Babongi is on track for a triple-double. Fagan's getting really active in this game, more so compared to the first game. And it's just nice when you see a young team like this UC Caps, when someone who's just scored 38 points isn't on track for another 38. They've got plenty of other talent to go to.
And you see Babongi on the screen there, that near triple-double. She needs 2 assists and 3 rebounds to hit that mark. She's the second leading scorer for the Capitals behind Satea Fagan, who leads all scorers with 14 points. On the other side of it, Dakota Crichton came alive a bit there in the third quarter. She's now up to 13 points, and she's hit the only 3 of the game for Geelong United. It happened in that third quarter.
Yeah, it sure did. It sure did. And I think, you know, Dakota Crichton as well, just able to settle her nerves and frustrations, and she's been still a great contributor for Geelong.
Knights gets the screen, reverses it. Poppy Myers driving. Big block by Bowyer, recovers it as well. Indy hesitates, puts her head down, and draws the foul. Indy Bowyer securing a position as a DP with the Caps this upcoming WNBL season. What would you like to see out of her? I think she's had a pretty good Hoopsfest.
Who, Indy?
Indy.
I think she's a full roster spot now.
Is she? Okay,
yeah.
Sorry about that. My apologies.
No, that's okay. We love a promotion.
Yeah, of course. I'm a big Indy Bowyer fan.
Yeah, so 2 years with the Sydney Flames and the Townsville Fire respectively as DP. Now full roster spot with the Caps, which is great. I think the Caps are still yet to announce their DP spots, but I think she'll do really well under Coach Paul Goris. Goria does a great job of developing new talent and being able to allocate roles. So yeah, I'm really glad that she's still able to stick around in the league.
And the thing that I've liked from Indy in this group, particularly tonight against Geelong United, feels like she's playing almost a point guard role.
Yeah, that's right, because normally she'd be a shooting guard or a small forward. Someone that you really want to be keeping running in the lanes because she's so athletic and she can be really great at finishing. So yeah, nice opportunity here at Hoopsfest for her to start to develop some of those point guard skills.
Bongi with the ball in hand finds Williams. They get it to Dakic. Good Euro step. Can't secure the finish, but Williams turns it over after the O-board. Good running rim to rim there. A lovely finish from McCumber. Great take ahead too from Knights. I got to give her a bit of love. That was a nice pass.
Yeah. I mean, like we said in the first game for Geelong United, Ali Knights does a lot of things that you can't put on a stat sheet. Like just her able to control the game, get everyone organised, kind of brings that level of calm as well to this Geelong United team. Yeah, so she's been a big part of their success, however you want to measure it at this tournament.
24-point lead for the Caps. About a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Here's McCumber. Looking inside, it's not there. Finds the captain, Sunil Knight. Knight missed with the left hand. Here is Bowyer with it. Nice look inside. Babongi missed the layup.
I don't think she jumped. That's why she just caught it and put it up like it was technique shooting.
Got her own rebound. Williams has it now. Crook for three. That's good.
Beautiful. Nicely done there by Crook. Feet set. Made sure she got her legs under it. Great finish. Must be all that shooting at the Basketball Without Borders camp.
Putting all the practice into action. All the skills she's learned over the last 3 days.
Well, that's what makes a really great athlete, actually. How not just learning the skills, but how quickly you're able to transfer it into a game situation.
Turnover from Williams.
Now, speaking of turnovers, I know it was all about Geelong's turnovers in the first half, but that is actually the UC Caps' 19th turnover now. It was a little bit of a flipping of the script. Geelong doing a much better with ball security in the second half, and the UC Caps being far too loose with it.
Humber goes inside. Myers fouled.
That's a foul.
They gave that foul to Amelia Dakic. So Poppy Myers will get to the free throw line for a couple shots. Myers hits them both. She's now up to 5 points on the night. Dakic, cross court, Bowyer. He had that 1-3 earlier, and she's had a couple of good looks. Myers reverses it. Good hands. Nearly stolen, but Myers recovers it. Knights. Good look for McCumber. Misses the jump shot, though.
Now this is the controlling of the tempo that I like to see from the Caps. We were talking off air before the fourth quarter started, John, about just want to see these players exercise a little bit of maturity, learning, knowing when to run and went to pull it back because it was getting very chaotic there in the deep of the third quarter where nothing was happening. Limbs were flying everywhere, loose balls flying everywhere. Just wanted someone to tuck the ball under their arm and just call for a little bit of calm.
Caps, though, they've been relentless defensively here tonight, right from the opening tip. Good take and finish there for Allie Knights. One of the few opportunities she's had within the paint. Just a good read from Allie.
Yeah, very good. She's someone who does such a great job of keeping the ball alive, always looking to facilitate. I think she could probably afford to shoot a little bit more, you know?
Can't finish the three-point play opportunity. About 6:10 to go in this game. Dakic gonna reset. Open three. That's short for Lehman. Covered by Dakic. Lehman gets it back. Pass is lost and recovered by Geelong. Here's Allie Knights. Goes up with it and lays it home.
Yeah, Geelong playing really well here now in the back end of this game. Being able to turn a lot of those stops into scores, which is kind of what we were looking for in the third. They were getting a lot of stops and then, they actually weren't turning it over. They just weren't scoring as much. But, yeah, really made a massive improvement here in the second half.
Nice little dump off there and finish for Williams. Let's start looking ahead, though, Jacinta. We've got a huge, huge WNBL season coming up ahead of us. And it's Geelong United's first season in the competition. We called their first ever game at Hoopsfest the other night. But what do the Geelong United fans have to look forward to this season? They've put together a pretty interesting roster.
Yeah, they sure have. And for me personally, I think we could probably expect some of the Melbourne Boomers players like Keely Froling, etc. We were hoping they're going to come back for Geelong United, and that's exactly kind of what's happened. They've also signed some massive imports. The one I'm probably looking forward to the most is Hayley Jones. She went to Stanford and was part of the championship winning team for Stanford. She's also has been playing consistently in the WNBA. So when I saw that signing, I was just absolutely shocked and very, very excited. We've also got Monique Conti coming back. She was with the Boomers. Hannah Hank, that we know here from NBL1 North. Gemma Potter's made the move from the UC Caps. And also Daniel Raver and Lynetta Kaiser, who's also been playing in the WNBA. Will be just some of the players suiting up for Geelong this season.
Yeah, still have a few players to announce, I believe, as well.
I think Geelong may be one of the few clubs that have finished their roster. Okay. I think they've just got DPs to announce.
Okay.
Be really great to see some of these talent that we've seen here as potential DPs, or at least on the train-on squad. But Geelong United, they're actually going to open the next WNBL season. The first game being on Wednesday, October the 30th against the Townsville Fire in Geelong at Geelong Arena. So, it's going to be a great start to a new season, welcoming a new franchise.
Yeah, and if you are a Geelong United fan and you are keen, please, please, please make sure to join them in making history. You can definitely be a part of it. They've brought in a lot of that next-level talent that Jacinta was just talking about, and now is the time to rally behind the team. Get your membership today and be part of something huge down in Geelong, the debut season of Geelong United. Going to be an exciting time down there in Geelong. And for the Caps as well, this group that they've brought together, I've been impressed with them in the 2 games here at Hoopsfest. Do you expect we'll see any of these players to feature in the upcoming WNBL season, Jacinta?
Well, yeah, so Monique Babongi, actually, she's graduated now from the Centre of Excellence and she signed with the UC Caps, so that's really great to see. I think a couple of the others either just about to graduate from COE or might have another year. I know that Fagan, I think, is only 16, so she's got a couple of years to go, but certainly in the future, I mean, I'm pretty confident that most of if not all, of this current cap squad will play in the WNBL in the next couple of years. Or some of them might go to college and come back and play WNBL, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're donning the green and gold in, say, 5 to 10 years' time.
And let's talk about and look at that Caps roster coming up to the WNBL season, because it's an interesting group they've put together.
It really is. It's actually quite different to what we've seen in the last couple of years. You know, Coach Paul Goris is back in the head coaching position for the Caps. We saw Katie Diebel has ended a college career. She was with Wake Forest and she's now signed with the Caps, which we are both fans of. Also, Indy Boyer, who's here at this Hoopsfest tournament. Chantel Horvat was a big one that I was really excited to see in the WNBL. She's been having success overseas after she had a college career at UCLA. Nadia Poch has made the move from Flyers to UC Caps. Jade Melbourne is back with the Caps alongside Nicole Munger, two of the solid favourites of a lot of the Capitals fans. And also Ella Tofeono, who was a DP for the Fire last season, standout in NBL 1 North. She has earned herself a full roster spot with the Caps for the next season. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. A lot of players that I really like, and I'm really interested to see how Gorry puts it all together.
I really like that group. There is a lot of talent in that group. And you know, when we were talking about it off air, and we've talked about it a few times over the last couple of days, this WNBL season is really shaping up to be one of the better ones. You know, I always feel traditionally you sometimes see there is a few teams that really jump out at you, but when I'm looking at all of the rosters across the league coming up to this season, it looks like it's going to be really super competitive night in and night out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why I'm such a fan of the WNBL as well, because 8 teams, but 8 very good teams on any given day. Anyone could be the winner. It's so unpredictable. But I also have some intel about the UC Caps that there's a couple more signings to go, including one quite a big signing that we should be getting excited about.
All right.
But I won't be saying, I can't say who.
Okay. So you know who, you just won't tell us.
I just won't tell.
Oh, jeez. Team player. But hey, you got to keep your sources happy, I guess, as well. Very good sizzle there from you, Jacinta, for the Caps fans. And Caps fans, you definitely can get your membership for the University Capitals. The tickets are on sale right now. They're going to be returning to their spiritual home at the AIS Arena. The Caps are hoping to fill the Palace for every home game, and they open up on Friday night at home of November 8th. From the best seats in the house with the Platinum membership, you could be a fan from afar with a supporter pack. The Caps have something for everyone. Search UC Capitals memberships for more. And a great, I would hope Coach Goris is watching this one. He'd have to be happy with the performance from the Caps here tonight. Just jumped all over Geelong United early, and they put them away early as well.
Yeah, they really did put them away early, because had they not, and look at this sharp shooting now for Geelong in the stretch, it would have been closer. We did kind of think it was going to be a lot closer, but yeah, the Caps were ready and raring to go from the tip-off. But full credit to Geelong, because they have really stayed in this game as best as possible and made some very quick and important adjustments as the game's continued.
Fagan has been very, very good tonight. She's really stuffed the stat sheet. She has 18 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals, and 4 blocks. Efficient from the field as well, 9 of 14 from the floor. So Taya Fagan really making a statement here in her second game at Hoopsfest.
And if we can just get a message to Babongi to say get 2 assists and 2 rebounds in the next 10 seconds for your triple-double, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Monique's been put on ice for a while. The Caps are going to hold on to it, let the clock run out. Actually, there's a buzzer-beating 3 there. A late basket for Sienna Harvey to make the final score 85-54. An impressive performance to close out Hoopsfest from the Caps. And Geelong United doesn't walk away with the win, but some really interesting pieces and some excitement built for the fans at United.
Yeah, definitely. And maybe a little bit of reassurance knowing that now that they've got a new club, could also be a bit risky. They've got so much talent to tap into to follow that pathway from grassroots to representative to state to WNBL in Geelong. So Geelong should feel very safe that they've got talent to fill their roster in years to come.
We're going to take a look at some of the game highlights. You expect to see a lot of Capitals, and right away you see Monique Babongi. She got blocked there, but her team and Babongi themselves were super impressive, scoring from every aspect of the court.
Yeah, absolutely. It was quite a good spread of scoring as well from the Caps, everyone getting on the score sheet. As you mentioned, Fagan did lead the way with 18 points, 8 rebounds, 4 steals and 4 blocks. Babongi with 12, 8 and 8 in the end, and Sienna Harvey with 10 points and 2 rebounds. And for Geelong United, Dakota Crichton again top scoring for her side with 13 points, 3 rebounds and 2 assists as well. And Tennille Knight with 11 points, 4 rebounds and 5 steals, which is just absolutely outstanding. Geelong as a team ended up, unfortunately, with the 30 turnovers, but they were able to lock down a bit more ball security, especially in the second half. But having said that, I think the Caps got a little bit wayward as well with their ball security, committing 25. Was getting a bit chaotic there in the third, John, but I think the level of competition can't be doubted.
What a few days out in Perth, Western Australia at the Bendat Basketball Centre. A huge successful Hoopsfest, and congratulations to the inaugural Hoopsfest champions, the Townsville Fire. They're walking away with $10,000 in cash, and every player on the team is going to have a $100 gift voucher from Foot Locker. Townsville finishes the tournament at the top of the ladder with 12 points. The Caps pick up, though, their first win at Hoopsfest. A very, very entertaining 3 days of basketball. Jacinta, how much fun did you have?
Loads of fun, and it's just whet my appetite for the regular season.
It's been an excellent few days. I've really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me, Jacinta. It's been awesome to call the games with you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and best of luck to all the teams entering this upcoming WNBL season. It's going to be a cracker. Make sure you get your season tickets wherever you're located. We will see you all again soon, hopefully for the WNBL regular season. Thanks for joining us for Hoopsfest.